Hi everyone. Insurance industry is going through a phase where still it is not bought, it is sold. And the many primary reason of that is maybe we have not thought about designing a product that is suitable for each customer. So while designing or customizing a product for a customer, what are we trying to do is basically we are empowering the customer, is shifting the power to the customer. So when you're shifting the power to choose, power to decide to the customer, so then we are thinking like a customer and we are taking care of every customer. So I think that is something many consumer brands have been doing. So whether it is any FMCG or cafes, restaurants, but I believe that what has worked in product customization in the international market may not work for India. Indian consumers are different. Indian consumers have a different cultural background, different socio-economic status. So, considering all that, we have to design the strategy of product customization for insurance product differently. So, let's take an example of any restaurant where a consumer is going to have a breakfast. The most common breakfast in India can be idli vada. So this is very popular across all states of India. So when somebody is ordering a idli vada, so whether the sambar he wants separate, whether sambar is added to that, so that is what the power of the customer when the restaurant offers that choice. So when the customer is choosing the options of whether what way he or she wants to have that food, so that is the choice they like, and that's the experience that they enjoy. And if they have to choose two restaurants, so they will choose the restaurant which is taking care of their choice. So extending that customization approach, we have seen that whether it is a hotel brand, whether it is a uh, fast food chain like McDonald's, they all have customized to the Indian consumer. So there's nothing different in insurance, right? So insurance has not been sold that manner. That is why today we are kind of lacking the penetration. So when we look at product customization and insurance, we'll have to look at the different needs, different segments of people for the risk management program. So there can be an individual at different stages of life. There can be a business house. There can be a corporate. So each type or each customer segment has a different need for insurance. And depending on their size, depending on the demographics, and depending on their personality and behavior and socioeconomic status, so their choice, the way they will choose the insurance will be different. If a consumer living in rural areas representing Bharat, having irregular income, will have a different choice for buying insurance than somebody who is living in the metro cities, having regular income, having a confirmed employment, will choose insurance differently. So, what has been the difference in the customization of product in insurance industry is when we are able to design product. When we say product, it is not only the product that is the insurance cover. It is the way it is offered to the consumer, the way it is administered in terms of the onboarding of the customer, policy purchase journey, what information we ask to the customer, and how we are able to fetch information from alternate sources, and how easily we can issue the policy document, and the post policy experience also, how the consumer can avail the post policy service, whether it is related to anything around managing the policy, changing some details that was wrongly mentioned on his or her policy, or submitting a claim. So all of these should be looked at as a whole product proposition. So the moment we are able to design a product proposition and all these aspects taking care of a particular customer segment, that we will hit the nail and that is where we see a lot of acceptance from customers. So when we design products, we are creating a behavior, a change in behavior in consumer. So the change in behavior in insurance, especially in India, is very much required, because currently we see a trend of consumers buying insurance that is mandatory or that becomes mandatory in the stage of their life. When we say mandatory, it can be in a motor vehicle insurance, it can be a property insurance, which is mandatory by the lending company. Or when we are saying becoming mandatory at the stage of life, like somebody gets sick in our family and then we start thinking about health insurance. There is COVID pandemic, then we start thinking about buying health insurance and protecting for future. But what about building a future financial planning and erosion, the stopping the erosion of wealth by building a proper insurance plan? And why consumers are not doing that? Because the industry has been offering one size fits all product, and we are unable to provide modular products and customized solutions for each customer. Having said that, we see a lot of changes in the industry today. So the new distributors and new forms of engagement that we see in the insurance industry today is progressing in that direction. And there is a lot of effort made by the insurance companies, the distributors, and the digital distributors. All of them are making efforts to analyze the customer behavior through data. The data can be from various sources, from existing behavior of the customer, and based on that, the, the what product to be offered to that consumer, and what component or what plan under that product to be offered to the customer. So all that gets decided. A smart recommendation happens to the customer. So product customization not only enables to design a, a right product for the target customer segment, it also changes the consumer behavior. It also helps to recommend or suggest the right product to the customer.